All right, today we're diving into a significant development. The Bank of Canada recently announced a 50 basis point cut in its key interest rate, bringing it down to 3.75%. Now, this change comes amid a shifting economic landscape. Inflation is falling now below the Bank of Canada's target, and a growing consensus among economists is that the current interest rate environment is probably unsustainable. For many Canadians, this drop means tangible financial relief, especially for homeowners with variable rate mortgages. So, before we get into this and the financial impact, I want to remind you, if you are looking to keep an eye on the market, you want to click the link below in the description to access your personalized home search. Now, let's break down what this rate cut really means for the average Canadian homeowner. For someone with a mortgage of around $300,000, this rate cut translates to approximately $1,200 a year in annual savings, which is somewhat significant. But why are we seeing this change now? Economists have long suggested that interest rates have been too high for too long, and many observers, myself included, have echoed that sentiment over the last 6 or 7 months. Inflation now is below the Bank of Canada's 2% target and currently stands at 1.6%, and that's continuing to decline. So this has led to growing optimism that the Bank of Canada may be compelled to cut rates sooner than later. In fact, economist Douglas Porter at BMO Capital predicts we could see seven consecutive 25 basis point cuts by July of next year. That would potentially bring the policy rate down to 2.5%. So as the Bank of Canada continues its cutting cycle, we're now 125 basis points deep. We can expect transaction volumes to increase in 2025, in my opinion. And I know I'm going to have the usual detractors here, these doomers. There's going to be distress selling, foreclosures, a recession, a market meltdown. You know, I get a good chuckle out of these guys. I'm here to tell you it's not happening. Matter of fact, during a recent meeting with a local developer, it became clear to me that many are now looking to release some of their previously withheld product. Inventory is finally being absorbed, and the groundwork is being laid for a more robust housing market here. So what does that mean for sellers? If you've been considering listing your home, now might be the time to start to discuss a strategy. Activity has been picking up. You may want to wait until closer to spring 2025, but it's essential to start to get the ball rolling. For buyers, this is an exciting time because with lower rates, the affordability factor is improving. However, it's crucial to act quickly, in my opinion. I would try and get ahead of this. I would seriously recommend getting your financing in place now. You don't want to wait until next year, as these rate cuts are going to start to be felt more broadly in the market. And of course, interest rates are like gravity. It's going to cause upward pressure on the prices. So let's consider a few real-life examples to illustrate the current dynamics. Just last week, I had 6 parties through a property viewing. All of them were first-time buyers. Now, these first-time buyers were previously sidelined by high interest rate. I haven't seen a lot of first-time buyers throughout 2023 and 2024. But with this recent cut, we're starting to see a renewed interest there. This influx of first-time buyers suggests that the demand built up over the last 2 years is now being pulled forward, I think, into 2025. And many who thought they would have to wait are now eager to jump back into the market. I think this is going to have a positive impact on home values. So as we look at the housing market, we must consider, of course, the fundamental principles of supply and demand. So for sellers who previously wanted peak prices, the landscape is changing. If you're thinking about assignments, those are tough right now. If you bought a pre-sale property in the last few years, you might find it challenging to reassign after factoring the GST and closing costs, if the developer will even allow you to reassign. But if you're considering selling, now is the time to begin to strategize. Market conditions are starting to shift, and you should have a well-planned approach. That's going to make all the difference here. So you should be talking to your realtor about setting a competitive price that reflects current market conditions while also considering your financial goals. For buyers, buyers remember that these lower rates are creating opportunities. Many first-time buyers are finally feeling the pull to enter the market. This moment could be pivotal, especially if you've been waiting on the sidelines here. You want to act quickly and secure your financing because these changes, they're probably going to lead to increased competition, more buyers entering the market. I think properties could move faster than maybe expected. Of course, this all plays out against the backdrop of falling consumer price index, or CPI. So the inflation, the CPI, has declined much, much faster than either the Bank of Canada or most mainstream economists had predicted just a few months ago. And so in conclusion, the recent rate cut by the Bank of Canada, in my opinion, it marks a pivotal moment for Canadian homeowners and for the housing market. With the promise of additional cuts on the horizon, there's reason to be optimistic, in my view, about home values, as well as the broader economy. For sellers, understanding the current market dynamics and adjusting strategies accordingly will be key. For buyers, this is a unique opportunity to get in and start exploring the market, especially as interest rates are expected to decrease significantly further. So as the market evolves, of course, staying informed and prepared will be crucial for navigating this new landscape. If you do have any questions or need assistance, feel free to comment or subscribe. And remember to click that green icon if you want to book a 15-minute Zoom consultation with me. Thanks for watching. I'm Jay Coupar, and I'll see you in the next video.